a very warm welcome to LWS. I'm Siro Toor, and today I have brought up another topic which has become a national debate in recent days, right? So, this is one nation, one election. One nation, one election. We all know that our central government has proposed this idea of holding one nation, one election. In fact, जो government है, it has already framed a parliamentary committee headed by our former president, Mr. Ram Nath Kovind. So he's going to chair that parliamentary committee, and they will work on the feasibility and possibility of one nation, one election concept in India in the forthcoming elections, right? So this is a very critical concept, and अगर ये implement हो जाता है इंडिया में, it will change the course of our democracy forever. So that is why it is very important for the government to tread very carefully to ensure all the all the roadblocks are met, to ensure every touch point or every question is addressed, to leave no talk or no issue untouched. हर एक चीज़ को, हर एक क्वेश्चन को कंसिडर करते हुए, हर एक पार्टी या रीजनल पार्टी का कंसर्न एड्रेस करते हुए ही गवर्नमेंट को आगे बढ़ना चाहिए, और वो दैट इज व्हाई इट हैज फ्रेम्ड अ पार्लियामेंट्री कमिटी अंडर द चेयरमैनशिप ऑफ मिस्टर रामनाथ कोविंद. नाउ अगर हम देखें, सो दिस कॉन्सेप्ट एक्चुअली in 2014 बीजेपी का जो इलेक्शन मैनिफेस्टो था, इनफैक्ट ये कॉन्सेप्ट उसमें भी उन्होंने प्रॉमिस किया था दैट इफ दे कम टू पावर दे विल इम्प्लीमेंट वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन कॉन्सेप्ट थ्रू आउट इंडिया, राइट? अगेन इन 2018 हमारे जो प्रेसिडेंट थे मिस्टर कोविंद, राइट, मिस्टर रामनाथ कोविंद, हमारे फॉर्मर प्रेसिडेंट जो थे, he also, while he was addressing the joint session of the parliament, he also brought up this issue. He also shed light on this concept. Again in 2019 on the Independence Day address to the nation, हमारे जो प्राइम मिनिस्टर थे, प्राइम मिनिस्टर मोदी, उन्होंने भी अपने एड्रेस में, अपने नेशनल एड्रेस में इस कॉन्सेप्ट की बात की थी. So now all these things show that there has been a fair inclination of our present government to get this concept implemented throughout the country. So there has been an obvious and a fair inclination of the government. So what is one nation, one election concept? इसका मतलब क्या है? इसका मतलब ये है that we need to hold, or there are simultaneous elections that are being held in the nation. That is, simultaneously elections are held to all the state assemblies and the Lok Sabha, that is the central government. ठीक है? तो when elections are held in one go throughout the nation, that is one nation one election concept. मतलब एक ही टाइम पे सारे कंट्री में थ्रू आउट ऑल द स्टेट्स एंड द सेंटर इलेक्शंस कंडक्ट हो. दैट इज व्हाट दिस कॉन्सेप्ट मीन्स, एंड दैट इज व्हाट द गवर्नमेंट वांट्स टू इम्प्लीमेंट इन द कंट्री. नाउ वी वांट टू नो दैट ये कॉन्सेप्ट को बहुत फियर्सली अपोज किया जा रहा है by the regional parties and by the opposition. They are fiercely opposing this concept, and they do have their valid reasons to oppose the same. तो वो सब अब हम यहाँ पे study करेंगे. I'll just enumerate them for you in brief, of course, right? So you have to understand that एक छोटा सा backgrounder लेते हैं इस concept का. Background. One nation, one election concept is not new to India, right? You got me right. आपने मुझे सही सुना. This is not new for India. Post independence India में ये कॉन्सेप्ट लागू हुआ था, राइट? वी एक्चुअली हैड वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन कॉन्सेप्ट इन इंडिया इन द फर्स्ट एंड द सेकेंड इलेक्शंस, दैट इज 1951, 52, राइट? एंड ऑल्सो 1957 के इलेक्शंस में we had one nation one election concept, that is our elections in the country were held, entire country were held in one time, at one time only, that is to all the state assemblies and the Lok Sabha. In these years the elections were, and they did they did happen at the same time, right? So this is what actually used to happen in independent India. It was in 1959. It was in 1959 when the then Nehru government under Prime Minister Nehru had actually dissolved or dismissed, कह सकते हो, the Kerala government. केरला की जो कम्युनिस्ट पार्टी की गवर्नमेंट थी उसको डिसमिस कर दिया गया था. It was dissolved by the then Nehru government by implementing Article 356, that is the president's rule, लागू कर दिया गया था. And that was, now this was the first year, this was the first time, जुलाई में हुआ था ये, when one nation one election concept was disrupted in India. ठीक है, it was in 1959 जब हमारे simultaneous elections for the first time they got disrupted. ठीक है, even in 1962 और 67 के इलेक्शंस में भी ये कॉन्सेप्ट लागू हुआ था, बट ऑफ कोर्स बिकॉज द केरला गवर्नमेंट हैड ऑलरेडी बीन डिसरप्टेड, एंड सो वी कांट से दैट ऑल द स्टेट असेंबलीज वेंट टू इलेक्शन एट द सेम टाइम, बट yes, till 67 they were implementing one nation one election concept to a large extent in the country. So you need to know that this is not a new concept for us, right? So you should know that 51, 52 or 57 के elections में they were purely held under one nation one election concept. अब 67 में, that is 1967 में, because Congress was the major ruling party in the country, Congress की सरकार बहुत सारे states में थी, right? So Congress as a political party started to suffer a lot of setbacks. A lot of defectors came up in the party, बहुत सारे defectors आए and they left the party, and this year also saw, or you could say it in early 1970s में, it was also seen that there were a lot of regional parties that came up in different states. So Congress suffered a lot of setbacks. There were a lot of defectors, काफी regional parties they came into the political scene, and we saw that Congress की जो governments थी in different states, they started to get dissolved. ठीक है, उनकी काफी governments they fell. So because of that again क्या हुआ? Sync खत्म हो गया. There was no sync, that is sync between the state and the Lok Sabha elections. It fell, it came down, right? So that is another reason why one nation one election concept could not be prolonged in the country. That is another reason why it could not be prolonged. और इसके साथ हमने ये भी देखा है कि in 1980s में, फिर 1990s में, till early 2000s, लोक सभा में भी बहुत सी ऐसी सरकारें आई. There were a lot of coalition governments that came up that had to fall down, that could not stay in government for a long time, and they also prematurely fell, right? So again, a lot of that sync between the state assemblies and the national or Lok Sabha, it fell down more. Mismatch बढ़ता ही जा रहा था. So that is another reason why one nation one election concept could not be further prolonged in the country. So this is very important for you to know. So this is a little backgrounder that I wanted to bring to light. So in 1983 Election Commission of इंडिया 1983 में इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया ने कहा था दैट यस वी शुड वंस अगेन कम फॉरवर्ड एंड इम्प्लीमेंट वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन कॉन्सेप्ट, राइट? तब भी इलेक्शन कमीशन ने प्रपोज किया था. आज भी इन 2022 इलेक्शन कमीशन हैज स्टेटेड दैट इट इज रेडी to move forward with one nation one election concept, and it says that it is quite confident that it can also pull off the entire process very very swiftly and very smoothly. ऐसा वो कह रहे हैं. So this is the present case scenario. पहले तो 1983 में इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया ने प्रपोज किया. फिर इवन इन 2003 में भी Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee ne he had actually discussed this issue only with the then opposition chief Mrs. Sonia Gandhi and the Congress President. उनसे ये डिस्कस किया गया था. फिर 2010 में 2010 में LK Advani, मिस्टर अडवाणी जी ने भी ये कॉन्सेप्ट विद द देन प्राइम मिनिस्टर मिस्टर मनमोहन सिंह के साथ ये डिस्कशन की थी टू गेट दिस थिंग इम्प्लीमेंटेड. So this concept actually has had a long history with India. I mean, this is not something new that the government is trying to impose out of its own whims and fancies. So this is something that has actually been in India for a long time. This you should know, and this is very important knowledge. अब जो elections हो रहे हैं in 2024, we know 2024 में लोकसभा elections हैं. Already we have Arunachal Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, Odisha and Sikkim. These 4 states will again go to elections at the same time with the Lok Sabha in 2024. लेकिन अब अगर हमें ये चीज़ implement करनी है, that is one nation one election concept. So we have to make sure one thing, that a lot of state assemblies are not in sync with the Lok Sabha. हम अभी डिस्कस करके हटे हैं. अभी जैसे लास्ट ईयर ही वी हैव हैड इलेक्शंस इन हिमाचल प्रदेश, कर्नाटका. So those governments are very young, right? They're very young and they're just like 1 year down into their governments. तो अगर ये concept approve हो जाता है and if it is actually implemented throughout the India and for specifically 2024 का general elections, so these state assemblies will have to be dissolved prematurely. And another thing, अब जो states they are already going to go for elections in 2023 like Rajasthan, तो हो सकता उनकी state assemblies को the government will have to prolong, it will have to stretch beyond their term of 5 years till 2024 to bring the entire nation into one sync. तो जो कईयों को dissolve करना पड़ेगा, कईयों को extend करना पड़ेगा to make this possible or even feasible in India. So this might sound simple, but this is a very very tedious, critical, and you could say a process which has high stakes involved, right? Lot of sentiments of people are involved, lot of regional parties are involved. They have their own set of objections, they have their own governments running, and they do not want to dissolve those governments. So there are lots and lots of things in place. So now let us discuss, अगर ये लागू होता है और अगर ये गवर्नमेंट इतना पुश कर रही है, तो what is the basic advantage? हमें let us know the pros and cons of one nation one election process in India. क्योंकि अभी एक जो पार्लियामेंट्री कमेटी बना दी गई है under the chairmanship of Mr. Coleman, so it is going to work out the feasibility of the process only. And in fact already इस पे काफ़ी discussions हो चुकी हैं. Lot of experts have given their views, and the matter has also been referred to the Law Commission of India, which is going to work out a legal roadmap for implementation of this concept. कि अगर ये concept actually implement होना है, तो what will be the legal roadmap for it? ठीक है, legally government इसको कैसे proceed करेगी और क्या कैसे proceed कर सकती है, right? So let us discuss the इधर ही मैं लिख रही हूँ pros and cons. So coming to the pros first, right? First क्या है? To the nation, क्या फायदा होगा to bring या to implement one nation one election concept? So the first use or first pro is it will help to bring down the huge election expenditure that India has to incur every year. Because हमारे कंट्री में ऐसा देखा जाता है that India is always in the election mode. अभी यहाँ पे इलेक्शंस हुए लास्ट ईयर HP में, अभी राजस्थान में है, नेक्स्ट ईयर इट्स गोइंग टू बी लोकसभा and 4 other assemblies, then some other state will come up. So the country is always continuously in the election mode. So when that happens, the leaders of the major political parties, they are saying that they're always traveling for campaigning, and they're always, they, of course, they have to make very populist promises, जनता को, to attract the public, उनके प्रति बेटर प्रोमिसेस, पॉपुलिस्ट मेजर्स अनाउंस करने पड़ते हैं, प्रोमिसेस करने पड़ते हैं, एंड दे आर नॉट एबल टू गवर्न प्रॉपरली बिकॉज दे कैन नॉट kind of focus on the governance mode, because they have to be also aware of the elections that are happening in other states, and they have to continuously travel, and there at times जो regional parties होती हैं, उनके जो chief ministers होते हैं, they are also seen traveling to different states just to make sure that their party also wins in that state, and उनकी खुद की state hamper हो रही होती है. So both ways, both for national leaders and state leaders, it becomes a big hazard for the people, because they see a shortfall in governance. ठीक है, governance कहीं ना कहीं जाके hit हो जाती है, and because this is a long process, expenditure होता ही रहता है election commission of India का, it has to continuously roll out money, it has to continuously keep its election machinery in function. So a lot of money, a lot of public money is spent in the process. So it is said that if there is only one election throughout the country for both the Lok Sabha and all the state assemblies, a lot of election expenditure will come down, because the leaders would not have to travel for so long. So right, you understand? So coming now to the next point, that is दूसरा क्या फायदा है. हम सबको पता है that whenever elections are held in any part of the country, क्या there's मॉडल कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट लागू हो जाता है, ठीक है, इम्प्लीमेंट हो जाता है. मॉडल कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट कम्स इनटू प्लेस, इसे आचार संहिता भी कहते हैं. दिस कम्स इनटू प्लेस, दैट मीन्स no government scheme, nothing in the government's machinery start implement होता है. कोई नया प्रोजेक्ट नहीं आता, कोई नई पॉलिसी इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं हो सकती, कोई गवर्नमेंट वर्क नया स्टार्ट नहीं हो सकता. So a lot of things get stalled, they get halted, right? Because the country keeps going into elections time and again, so people feel that lot of times, lot of progressive work, lot of progress is hampered because of this coming into place time and again. Because मॉडल कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट से एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव मशीनरी भी बहुत ज़्यादा हिट होती है. जो चीज़ स्मूथली एक ही गो में होनी है, अब वो नहीं हो पाती है. So that is why it is very important कि अगर एक ही बार इलेक्शंस हो जाएंगे to all the state assemblies and even the Lok Sabha, so there will be only one time when model code of conduct will have to actually come into picture, and people will not feel that their governance is being hampered, your administration is being hampered. So जो भी नई policies government implement करना चाहती है, it will seamlessly get implemented throughout the length and breadth of the country without any state having to pause those for conducting elections in their states, right? So the next thing is another important point which you need to consider. Next thing is voter boosting. आप ये कह सकते हैं, मैं आपको समझाती हूँ इसका क्या मतलब है. अब क्योंकि बार बार इलेक्शंस कंडक्ट हो रहे हैं थ्रू आउट इंडिया, राइट, इलेक्शंस आर बीइंग कंडक्टेड. अभी जैसे फॉर इंस्टेंस अभी मैंने बात की थी कर्नाटका में अभी इलेक्शंस होके हटे हैं, हिमाचल प्रदेश में इलेक्शंस होके हटे हैं, 2024 में अब फिर से इलेक्शंस हैं. सो पीपल एक्चुअली गेट टायर्ड कि टू गो आउट एंड वोट अभी इसके लिए, अभी किसके लिए, यू नो. सो देयर इज अ जनरल फिटीग, वोटर फिटीग आ जाती है. देयर इज अ लॉस ऑफ इंटरेस्ट among the voters to go out and vote every other day of their lives, right? They do not want to do it. Just imagine, even if there's this most popular cricket match happening in India, and अगर वो बार बार होते रहेंगे, so people will not go to watch. अगर IPL every other month हो रहा है, throughout the year, so वो enthusiasm खत्म हो जाता है, it mars the interest of the people. So that is why, to avoid fatigue in the voters, in the minds of the voters, and to boost the participation of voters in the electoral process, it is very important that all the elections in the country are held at one time. One nation, one election, one time. Okay? So it will help to increase the participation of people in the electoral process, right? Number 4, which is very important, it is that the machinery, administrative machinery that is required. अब इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया को the election commission of India to hold the elections in the country, it has to employ various government officers at different ranks, from teachers to maybe IAS officers in the state. They have to rope them in and they have to assign them their duties so that they ensure proper, fair and legitimate elections are held in their jurisdictions, right? So that when it happens time and again, so the administrative मशीनरी सारी इन्वॉल्व हो जाती है, उनका बहुत सारा टाइम इसी प्रोसेस में निकल जाता है. दे हैव टू फर्स्ट प्लान, देन दे हैव टू इम्प्लीमेंट, फिर पोस्ट इलेक्शन को भी संभालना पड़ता है बिकॉज द न्यू गवर्नमेंट इज स्टिल फॉर्मिंग. सो ऑल दोस थिंग्स hampers the administrative machinery in any state. So if there is one election being held in the entire length and breadth of the country, so this will not happen and election commission को भी easy रहेगा इंश्योर करना कि सारे कंट्री में फ्री एंड फेयर इलेक्शंस ही हो रहे हैं, राइट? सो बेसिकली हम कह सकते हैं इन सब को देखते हुए देयर विल बी मोर स्टेबिलिटी इन द कंट्री एंड इन द गवर्नेंस प्रोसेस, राइट? गवर्नेंस में, एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में बहुत ज़्यादा स्टेबिलिटी आएगी विद वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन कॉन्सेप्ट. नाउ that is why this concept has actually many supporters in the country, so they who want that this should be implemented. Now coming to the last part, that is the cons, that is the challenges, that is the concerns that are being raised against it by the, ये कौन raise कर रहा है? Regional parties and the opposition. These two are highly critical of this concept being implemented now because next year we are heading for Lok Sabha elections, right? So first thing जो ये लोग कह रहे हैं, that is it is not possible for ECI, that is the Election Commission of India, to hold one mega election in the country. It is not possible. Looking at the looking at the size of the country, looking at the number of the electorate, looking at the number of issues that often crop up during elections, right? They say that it is not possible and it is very difficult for Election Commission of India to ensure fair, free and legitimate elections throughout the country at one time, right? So this is one of the major concerns they have raised. Second, that is the, अगर हम लॉजिस्टिक्स की भी बात करते हैं या मशीनरी की भी बात करते हैं, तो वी हैव सीन दैट इंडिया के पास ये लिमिटेड ही है, इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया के पास ये लिमिटेड है. सो व्हाट हैपेंस इज व्हेनेवर इलेक्शंस आर हेल्ड इन डिफरेंट पार्ट्स ऑफ द कंट्री, फॉर इंस्टेंस अभी स्टेट में हुआ तो इट कीप्स मूविंग देम फ्रॉम वन प्लेस टू अनदर एज एंड व्हेन दे आर रिक्वायर्ड, वेयर दे आर रिक्वायर्ड. बट अगर ये होता है वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन, सो the ECI or the Election Commission will need at least 2 to 3 times more of EVMs, electronic voting machines, and at least 4 to 5 times more of voter verifiable paper audit trail machines. ये needed होंगी to ensure a proper election is conducted throughout the country if this is implemented. So that is another technical concern being raised. And that's another technical challenge that the ECI will face to make this possible, right? Now, third and another major concern is that अगर ये election होता है ऐसे, मतलब one nation one election, so there's a fair chance and there's a huge chance that one major national party will get benefited from it. Any leader that has a major nationalist picture, जिसके who is very popular throughout the nation, a national leader will get advantage from it because they are the ones who are going, they are the ones, this party, चाहे फिर वो कोई भी पार्टी है, we all know who are you talking about. So this party actually has a lot of money power, ठीक है, because it's a national party and as such they are in power. So there's a fair chance that they get advantage of their public image, they get advantage of their public funds over the regional parties. So कहीं ना कहीं ये भी फेयर जताया जा रहा है that voters जो state elections में हैं, they can be easily tricked to vote for the national leaders even when they are voting for the state assemblies, right? Because तो कहीं ना कहीं डेमोक्रेसी ही हिट हो जाएगी, इस डेमोक्रेटिक सिस्टम या स्ट्रक्चर ही हमारे कंट्री का सबवाट हो जाएगा. अब क्या होता है ना, जब इलेक्शंस होते हैं स्टेट असेंबली, सो ऑल द स्टेट या रीजनल इश्यूज आर मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट, दे कम टू द फोर फ्रंट. फॉर इंस्टेंस अगर स्टेट इलेक्शंस होंगे, इश्यूज लाइक वाटर, एजुकेशन, फिर वहाँ की लोकल डेवलपमेंट, छोटे छोटे उनके अपने अपने मसले, दे आर द वंस दैट आर बीइंग टेकन अप बाय स्टेट इलेक्शंस, राइट? On the other hand, in terms of Lok Sabha elections, national issues take the forefront. For instance, center stage ले लेते हैं, जैसे national security, economy, foreign policy, ऐसे issues they take the center stage. Now, when both the elections are clubbed together, so there is a huge chance that the national issues will shadow the regional issues because they are much bigger issues and they definitely are concerned. Everybody is concerned with those issues also. So the innocent and the small, person who is very local to a particular place can be easily tricked by these national parties and by these national issues to vote for them in their favor, right? So another thing, जो regional parties हैं, regional parties जिनका काफ़ी critical role रहता है in their own region, but they don't have a role at the national scale, they can be completely wiped out by one nation, one election concept if it is implemented, because those national parties with their big money and their big influence, they will overshadow the regional leaders and they will overshadow the regional issues, right? So that is another major concern which is being raised. Now coming to the fifth point and the major point, constitutional roadblock. हमारी जो constitution है उसी में इस अभी at present it's not possible for the government to hold this concept possible to hold one election throughout the country, because it will have to government will have to make some prominent amendments to the constitution to make this happen. For example, Article 83, which relates to the duration of houses of the parliament, term of the Lok Sabha, उसको change करना पड़ेगा. Then Article 85, which relates to dissolution of the Lok Sabha, उसको change करना पड़ेगा. Then Article 172, which relates to duration of the state assemblies. Article 174, which relates to dissolution of state assemblies, and also Article 356, that is imposition of president's rule in different states. इन सभी आर्टिकल्स को अमेंड करना पड़ेगा, एंड बहुत से केसेस में इन आर्टिकल्स को अमेंड करने के लिए देयर इज कंसेंट नीडेड बाय ऑल द रीजनल पार्टीज हु आर एट स्टेक, राइट? सो दिस इन इटसेल्फ इज अ ह्यूज process. It's a very tedious and complicated process, so it will be very difficult for the present government to actually make this happen. So that is why this issue has raised a lot of brows in the country. People have actually expressed their concerns, so if government is serious about implementing it, so that because अभी एक special session भी call किया गया है just to discuss this only. So it is very important the government should ensure that proper process is followed. One, all the questions, all the concerns are validly addressed, right? There should be no table left unturned, no question left unanswered. All the experts should be consulted to make this happen. बहुत ज़्यादा widespread debates conduct करनी चाहिए government को, proper caution देना चाहिए, and there should be complete transparency throughout the process of implementation. सबके consent के साथ ही आगे बढ़ना चाहिए, right? giving every discussion proper time frame. So basically there should be no rush and no hurry to get this implemented. Only then will it be fair, only then will it actually be beneficial for our democratic setup of the country. So that is why one nation, one election concept is being discussed these days. And yes, if it is implemented, it's going to be a very important question from your examination point of view also. So you should be very well versed with the pros and cons and everything related to it. So whenever there's some update, I'll definitely bring it up to you. And thank you so much for watching. And also please do like the video and also subscribe for the channel and also ring that bell so that whenever the next video goes live, you are notified. Thank you so much.